Yo, yo, what's going on? What's popping? What's good? What's good? It's your boy, mr.locario, the bad boy of the dating game. And I'm doing another late night live stream. You feel me? I was going to do this later, but, somebody sent me this video and I was like, I got to do this shit now. What's popping? Jakuza, Iceberg S, Duke Alex in the building. What's going on? What's going on? So I don't know how many people going to be up at 2 a.m. looking at this shit, but I was like, man, I saw this video of this guy, and I'm going to pull up the video soon, right? And, this is a video of this dude who basically got cheated on, and people have been talking about it. There was one video of him crying about his girl cheated on him. And so the story is that this chick who, I guess he's married to, you understand what I'm saying? And she cheated on him with some dude at her job or something like that. And so he's Iceberg. Yes, now this is staying up. It's not going on Patreon. It's not going on Patreon. But yeah, sometimes I'll pop up with these late night joints. This is why I got the glasses on, because my eyes is looking crazy right now because it's 2 a.m. But listen, the game don't sleep. The game does not sleep. You understand what I'm saying? Doesn't sleep, people. Man. But today I'm gonna show you guys this video of this dude. His name is it Nate or Nade or not Nate or something like that? He's one of these gamer guys. I never heard of him before because I don't watch those type of videos. But somebody sent me a video of this guy. They sent me 2 videos. One was him crying over his girl, and then the next one was like an explanation of what happened, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show this video, and I'm going to stop in between. It's about like 20 minutes, but I might not show the whole thing. But there's certain portions of this video that really need to be discussed. You understand? And I titled this show, All Men Should Get Cheated On, like this guy, right? And so the reason why I'm saying this is that dudes have to wake up and understand this game if they want to really make shit happen out here, right? But let's just jump right into this, man. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to be stopping in between. And, he gets a little long-winded, but he says certain things that, I want to discuss, and, just so that you guys can see the game and see what's popping off out here. All right, so I'm going to start this. Let me know if you guys can hear this. Put a 1 in the chat. I know
from the last video you guys saw on my channel, I explained everything she did, right? I didn't go major.
Let me know if you guys can hear that. Put a 1 in the chat real quick. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat to let me know if you guys could hear this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Before I keep going. All right, cool. So we can hear this. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this, and I'm going to stop in between to talk about the shit he's talking about. All right.
I didn't go major into detail on what she did to me. And a lot of you guys don't know that was my wife. We got married in 2017. And a lot of you guys didn't know that. But all that has come to an end. I'm getting a divorce. I already submitted my paperwork.
So basically, this woman who cheated on him, that's not just his girl. That's his wife. He got married to this chick, and he looks young too. He looks like he's probably in his like mid-20s or something like that. But let's continue.
I'm waiting for her to sign hers, and that's it. The divorce will be finalized. I can't be married to somebody who did that. I just don't have the dignity anymore. I tried to forgive, bro. I tried to forgive what she did to me. It's so effing hard. Every time I look at her, I see that. I see what she did. I saw. It's traumatizing, bros. It's really traumatizing. I wouldn't want any of you guys to go through what I went through. I wouldn't want any female to go through what I went through, because as hard as it is for a man that loves his girl, who truly loves his girl, I know sometimes us boys, us men, we're not gonna be affectionate 24/7, and it happens. You know what I'm saying? But just because I wasn't affectionate towards you for, you know, maybe a month or two, right? I don't know. Maybe over time, I did lose my loviness that I used to have for her. But that shouldn't mean that you go out and find someone else at your job.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. What he's saying right here is this, man. Shout out to Fresh and Fit in the chat. I don't even know if that's really them. That could be some trolls and shit. But if it is you, shout out to y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Cope Max, God in the building. Shout out to True Savage. Shout out to Fred Blogs, man. Shout out to all y'all, you know, rocking with me this early in the morning. But anyway, but if you noticed what this guy said, right? He basically said, you know, I know I haven't been, he was like, you know, us guys, we're not as affectionate. And he's like, I know I haven't been as lovey-dovey in the past month, but, you know, that still doesn't mean that you should cheat on me. So basically, you know, he's almost alluding to the fact or to the sense of, you know, this could be my fault because I wasn't loving her enough, or I didn't give her and show her enough love. So maybe that's why she cheated on me. You understand what I'm saying? But let's continue.
And have sexual encounters with that person, not once, but multiple times. It's just so much shit behind it that really pisses me off. Right now, I'm in the stage of being angry. I'm so angry at life of how all this shit went down, and I wish I could go back in time and change how I was with her, because maybe if I was super lovable 24/7, maybe this would have never happened, right? Maybe she would have never.
See, this is what I said right there. He's like, look, if I was super lovable 24/7, you understand what I'm saying? This he's like, this shit wouldn't happen. You see what I mean? So right now, he's basically trying to, you know, he's basically trying to get a situation, right? Where in a situation where he's thinking, man, if I was just more lovable, if I was just a little bit more, you know, of a, you know, nicer guy, then shit would have popped off. Yeah, Myron, I sent you the link. So if you want to jump on. You feel what I'm saying? So you get that shit cracking. But yeah, but this dude, so far he's like, look, man, if I was a little bit more lovey-dovey, if I would have been there more, then maybe this wouldn't have happened, right? But let's continue. Let's make
never felt vulnerable, and maybe her coworkers wouldn't give her bad advice, because there's always your friends. It's always your friends that give you bad advice in life. It's not really I don't know, bro. I feel like mothers are the people that really care about you and really can help you through situations like these, and they can give you bad advice. I mean, good advice. But it's always the cousins, the coworkers, people like that just get into your head and put shit in your head that you don't want, and you end up doing something so stupid and so bad that later on in life you'll regret it for the rest.
See, now he's saying that her coworkers, her friends, all these people put some shit in her head, and that's probably why she cheated. You understand what I'm saying? But what he doesn't understand is that his girl wanted to cheat. His girl wanted extra D. You understand? His girl wanted something on the side. And pretty soon he's going to reveal something that I find is very fucking important that you guys have to, you know, notice, because the shit that he's about to say coming up, and I'm gonna let you know, this is the main thing I want you guys to look for. Not necessarily the main thing, but it's just more of like me tooting my own horn because of what I've been trying to tell you guys. But he's gonna say something very interesting in about like 5 or 6 minutes. But I'm gonna, you know, go through some of this real quick. Let's just break this down.
To your life. been with this girl for 4 years, since 2017. I've seen this girl grow from the little girl that she was to a woman. But the things that she did was not something a real woman would do to a man that was really in love with her husband.
See, and that's what he doesn't understand. A real woman would do that to a husband she loves. You understand? But see, what's going to happen is that what he doesn't understand is that women are going to leave you. Like, shout out to Caleb Jones. If you guys don't know about Caleb Jones, make sure you guys check him out. He has a blog called, I think, blackdragonblog.com. He talks about, different stuff about dating, life, and finances and all this other stuff. But he did a really good video where he was basically talking about, women are going to leave you. They're biologically wired to leave you. And he was basically saying that there's two reasons why the girl's going to leave you. Either she's bored or she's frustrated. You understand what I'm saying? It falls under those two. And so sometimes you're this good husband character, you feel what I'm saying? You're this guy doing all the stuff right and everything. And sometimes that could actually be boring to a chick, and then she'll want to leave you, right? Or what'll happen is that she could get frustrated, meaning that you're this alpha male that's not really listening to what she's saying and sort of fitting into her box of how she expects you to be. And then she's going to get frustrated and leave. You understand what I'm saying? But you guys should definitely check out that video about Caleb Jones. So, make sure you guys check him out and subscribe to him. But let's continue.
And yeah, we got married at a young age, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, we rushed into our relationship. We rushed that shit. And it's just so many lessons in life that I've learned in this relationship that I will never carry on to my next relationship. Like, I'm never gonna be, I don't know if I'll ever be able to love someone again. Because every time I fall in love with somebody, bro, I end up being hurt. I end up getting my feelings hurt. Something always happens. Something always ends up happening. I don't know why, bro. I feel like it's always the good guys that end up getting hurt. You guys notice that? It's always the guys who are at home doing what they gotta do, not cheating. You know what I'm saying?
See, again, he's like, the good guys are always getting hurt. You know why the good guys are always getting hurt? Because the good guys are boring. See, what he's really saying is the nice guy. See, what a lot of y'all guys don't understand is that y'all have been trained to be this quote unquote good guy or nice guy. You know what I'm saying? He's really talking about the nice guy, because you could be a good person, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you're a nice guy, that what they call the guys who are sort of bending over backwards for women, simping, doing all this other stuff, right? Women don't like that. See, they say they like that for appearances. They say they like that for, when it comes to being social. You understand what I'm saying? They say they like that for that sort of, thing. But when it comes down to it, women actually like when you're real. You understand? They like when you're just a real guy being you. And when you're real and you're being you, you're not going to have that like quote unquote nice guy, good guy type of vibe to you, because if you're being real, there's going to be times where you're going to just be like, man, fuck this chick. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to have that sort of energy. You feel what I mean? Myron, what up? What's going on, bro?
Yo. What's up, man?
What's up? Did you see this video? You heard about this shit?
Yeah, I did, bro. I did. We talked about it a little bit, I think like a week and a half ago.
Right.
But, this is definitely a good discussion here. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna set something.
Right. But that's what I'm saying, guys. Like you guys got to understand that, man. When it comes to these chicks, you have to understand how they really are. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't understand how they really are, then what's going to happen is that you're going to be in situations where you're going to be surprised, you're going to be caught off guard. You're not going to, you're going to be on some shit where you're like, damn, like, why is this shit the way it is? And you're going to be confused. But Myron, what's your thoughts on this stuff, this story?
Yeah, man. Well, first and foremost, for all the people out there, I just want to make something very clear. Locario is a good fucking friend, guys. Nothing has changed between us. Just because you haven't seen me on his platform in a bit, does not mean that we don't fuck with each other. So I just want to say that real quick.
Facts. That's facts.
Locario is the fucking homie, guys. That's why when I saw you doing this, I was like, all right, bro, but I haven't worked with Locario in a minute. I'm coming in. Fuck it.
Right, right. Nah, that's facts. That's facts. Let's get it. And I think this is a good topic for you to chime in on because this is the type of shit that I'll be talking about. So I'm gonna play a little bit more and then I'm gonna stop it in between and then we'll make it happen.
Sure.
I'm at home all the time. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do any of that. I don't go out with my friends and party and shit like that. I don't do that, bro. I literally be in my house all day streaming, doing YouTube. And I've been through so much things in my life, especially in my career, that I'm not gonna lie, she's been there with me from the beginning, bro, on my ups and my downs. But all this shit happened when I was on Facebook. When I was on Facebook, right? I was struggling. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was really struggling, bro. And once I got my Twitch back, I got so happy. I told her I got my Twitch back. I think it was in April. Yeah, April, right? Got my Twitch back in April, and I told her, bro, this is what we needed, bro. This is what we needed. This is gonna push us together. This is gonna help us grow together. I don't know. I'm such a family man, bro. Like, if you with me, bro, I'm gonna make sure I take care of you, bro. Like, that's just how I am, and that's how my mom was raised. My dad cheated on my mom so many times, and that hurt her, and she's by herself now, but she's happy now, bro. She's happy now because that cheating is very hurtful. This is a very hurtful topic. And I wouldn't want any of you guys to go through that.
See, now what's happening now right here is that because he saw his dad cheat on his mom, he probably was raised by his mom. You see what I'm saying? To be a gentleman, you understand, to do everything for a woman, and now he's in this type of situation. But Myron, what's your thoughts on this shit, though?
Yeah, bro. We talked about this a little bit, and it's actually kind of funny because I'm gonna add a little bit more from what we put on our show because I just came back from LA. You know what I'm saying? I've been able to connect some dots that we didn't have. I didn't have this information prior on our show, so I'll talk about it here. So first and foremost, man, like, this is a gleaming example of what happens when you have money but you don't have game. You know, you don't have experience. Like, I was just looking at this dude's IG while you were playing the video. He's 23 years old. He's probably making more money than like 90% of guys in his age group. But the problem is that he doesn't have the experience to substantiate that kind of income without getting used by girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing more dangerous to a man's long-term happiness than having money but not knowing how to deal with women while you have the money. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's almost better when guys are self-made and they make the money later on in life because they already kind of know how to maneuver with chicks. But like this dude, you could tell the fact that this girl's fucking him up so much, and it's because he's young and inexperienced, bro. And another thing I want to add too is while I was out in LA, bro, I noticed something, man. Like, a lot of these content creators and like these guys that like have some clout or whatever, be bad with women, bro. Like, I mean, me and you had talked about this off air a bunch of times, but it's a fact, bro. Like, they're really bad with chicks. So, and the biggest thing is like they don't really know female nature because they've only seen kind of the good side about it. But when they get burned by a chick, they act like this, where they don't really know how to react to it. Because like if you've never been burned by a girl before, due to your inexperience with women, when they do finally burn you, it's gonna sting a lot. Because in your mind, you don't know better. You don't know that women, operate on a type of vibe where it's like you need to provide value or something like that. So he's probably wondering, like, I make all the money, I do all this shit, I supplicate to you, why aren't you happy? But he's too young and naive to know that one of the worst things you could do with women is give them everything they want.
Right. Now that's facts. That's facts. And it's funny because you said he's 23 because I was like, yeah, he looks kind of young. And he said he's been with this chick for 4 years. So that means he's been with this chick since what, like 19?
Yeah, bro. I'm looking at his IG right now. It has it right there. 20. I knew he was young, but I didn't know he was 23.
Right. So
now it's all making even more sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So he's still young in the game. But let's continue real quick.
My Shelly, she cries 24/7. She wants me to forgive her. She wants me to forgive her. She wants me to start over. She doesn't want to lose me. But I'm telling you, I've been living with her parents for almost 2.5 years now. Because I used to live alone with her. I used to live alone with her, and that shit was just so toxic. That shit was so toxic. That shit was in 2018. We used to live together. I paid for absolutely everything. In my opinion, a relationship should always be 50-50. You know what I'm saying? And as a married woman, your job should, to learn how to cook, clean for your man. I don't know, bro. Like, do something, bro. Do something for your man to make him feel wanted and want to make him feel.
See, hold on. I gotta talk about that real quick because notice.
Find his girlfriend right now. I'm trying to find his girlfriend right now.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because notice he said that he was living with her parents, but before that he said that he was living alone, and then he said it was toxic, and then he's talking about you should cook for your man, you should clean for your man. Why are you acting this way, and yada yada yada, right? And so basically he's saying that this chick was being toxic and she wasn't doing any type of domestic things, but he still married her though. You see what I'm saying? He still kept it going with her. He didn't get rid of her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So one of the biggest mistakes that guys make, and me and you've talked about this extensively in the past, is that they think a girl should kind of come pre-assembled. And the problem is that in today's climate, right? I'm gonna break this down. So like in today's climate, girls are taught certain habits and features that make them terrible girlfriends. So in 2021 and beyond, like modern day chicks in general, it's almost 100% chance you're gonna have to train bad habits out of her to make her a good girlfriend on your terms.
Right.
You know? Now, obviously, the training is going to be more conducive to what you like, right? Like what you want in the girl. Maybe you want a girl that can cook and clean, or maybe you don't give a fuck about if she could cook and clean. You want her to help you with your business, whatever it is. Right. But the fundamental mistake that this guy is making is that he thought she could have given him what he wanted without his leadership. And that's one of the biggest failures, because most women, if you leave them to their own devices and you wife them up, they're going to do stupid shit that's going to disappoint you every single time. Because a lot of girls aren't held accountable for the fuckery. So you got to be the man in their life to hold them accountable to that fuckery and let them know what's going on. It's his fault that she wasn't doing this shit because he didn't let her know off rip through boundaries and punishment. You know, Frank Castling that bitch every now and then, that he's got to have certain behaviors that are conducive to his success. He made the fatal mistake of thinking, oh, nah, she'll figure it out on her own, or she could do it, whatever. But he didn't coach her. So since he didn't coach her, she was like, all right, this dude isn't correcting my bad behavior. This nigga probably ain't worth shit. And then on top of that, I don't know who his girl is, but I've seen pictures of her. She's bad. You know what I'm saying? So a girl like that is going to be getting hit up by all kinds of dudes. So he's got to really be on point, because girls like him, like that chick, can replace him. But since he was such a pussy, I always use the Pokemon trainer analogy. He basically didn't have enough badges for that chick.
Right.
Real talk. He just didn't have enough badges for that chick. So she basically like ran around him for a bit. He was paying the bills, so she'll tolerate it a little bit more. But she probably been cheating on him for way longer than he found out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
He wasn't a leader,
Definitely. Now I'm gonna continue real quick, and there's something coming up that I want y'all to notice. I'm gonna pause it too when it gets there. But
feel happy. It's not all about sex. These females, they just be throwing their bodies at you, and they think you're gonna be happy with that. That's not the case with me, bro. That's just not the case with me. And that's why I always started like to just push myself away mentally. Like, bro, if she's not gonna be doing all this shit that I want a wife to do for you, then why should I even try? And that's how my mentality was. I still loved her in my heart. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't out here talking to bitches, going around fucking random bitches. I never did that because my mom raised me better than that. But it's like, bro, she feels sorry now. She in her heart, she's so down bad right now in her heart. All she does is cry and beg for forgiveness. She says that she wants to change, that she wants to show me that she could change. She said that, bro, that she wants to prove to me that she could do everything that a wife could do. I just feel like it's a little bit too late. You guys know, like, How many chances do I have to give you for you to realize what I'm worth? If you're not gonna match my energy, match what I do for you, then what's the point of us being together? If I'm doing way more for you than what you can offer me, then why are we together? If it's not gonna be 50-50, why are we together? Why did it take you to cheat on me to feel the way you feel now? If you didn't love me at the time, if you felt like I was treating you like shit, then just take a break up with me. Tell me you found somebody else, or tell me that you just want to be by yourself for now. And I would have 100% understood that. It would have hurt like a bitch, obviously. 4 years down the drain, it would hurt. But I would rather take that pain in than take what I took in. When I found out she had sex with another guy at her job, it doesn't matter how many bodies she has, bro. Yes, she lost her virginity to me, right? And then that was the second guy she's ever been with, but that doesn't matter.
All right, that's where I wanted to stop it. That was the point that I wanted you guys to see, because he said, and this is the funny part. So I'm going just based off his words. He said she was a virgin, and the other guy she fucked was the second guy, only the second guy that she messed with. Right now, I'm only bringing that up to say this, is that a lot of you guys think if you get a virgin that you're safe from getting cheated on, or that she's most likely not going to go in and mess with another dude. You understand what I'm saying? But he thinks that that's the like the only other dude she's been with. Meaning he's saying that's the second guy she's been with. She's probably been with more guys that he has no idea about. But Myron, what's your thoughts on that shit?
Yeah. One of the biggest mistakes guys can make is like taking a woman's word on face value of how many people she's had sex with. You know, like unless this dude, like he met her probably when she was around 19 or something like that. She was probably having sex back then too, man. Like it's crazy how like if you take an average 21-year-old chick versus an average 21-year-old dude, that chick is gonna run circles around that guy sexually. You know,
right?
So one of his him thinking that she was really a virgin and or like putting her on a pedestal like she's pure or something is just naive. You know what I'm saying? He basically set himself up where if she cheats on him, it's gonna crush him because he had this preconceived notion in his head that she was a good girl. You know what I'm saying? He bought into her, you know, her lies. Like I always say, like girls are basically used car salesmen. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to sell you purity and men are trying to sell success.
Right.
Hook, line, and sinker.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm gonna fast forward this just a little bit so I can get to this next part real quick. Hold on, where is this? Probably around here. Let me start this.
A special girl in my heart. She's always gonna hold a special place in my heart because this is the girl I've been with for the longest, and this is the girl I put in so much effort for. Bro, this is the girl I plan to have kids with in my mind. And her doing all that shit with another dude that has nothing going for him in his life, all he wanted was some pussy, bro. He got into her head. He got into her head while she was so vulnerable. Dudes are so fucked up, and they think, bro, they just take advantage of when people are sad or going through shit, and they take advantage of it, and they try to do all that, bro, and these girls be so vulnerable, they don't know what the fuck they're doing until they do it. In her case, she did it once. She made a mistake the first time, but then she made the choice to keep doing it. That's where all this hurts the most.
You see how he still was trying to cape for his girl.
Yeah. I'll say this, bro. So I was just thinking about this while you were playing that. So, you know how we talk about on this side of the internet, you know, women typically, you know, don't have accountability, you know, they don't really stick to their word, and they're delusional as to like what their sexual market value is. You know, like chicks like, oh, I'm a 10 and 8, whatever the fuck they want to say when they're like 300 pounds.
Right.
Like chicks that are delusional about what they deserve is basically equivalent to men that are delusional about what they think about their girl's past. And like That's like the analogy. Like so many guys, bro, will make concessions for their girl in the face of red flags that she's clearly not like doing. She's clearly not being faithful, just because they want to keep that Disney fairy tale in their head. Like, yo, my girl's pure, because it rationalizes for them. Like this dude had been with this girl for years. I guarantee you, bro. Over a year ago, he probably already saw red flags, but he kind of looked the other way because he was like, man, I invested a lot. I know this girl's family. I'm going to give her a pass. I'm going to let this slide. Well, what he should have done was start like figuring out what the hell was going on back then before it can turn into what this is now.
Right.
So his own delusion about his girlfriend's purity from his inadequate experience in game has led directly to him right now doing this shit, because dudes always make excuses for their girls and girls always overinflate their ego. We're both delusional in our own ways.
Right. And you know, it's crazy because he was like, man, you know, these girls are so vulnerable, you know, and they're like, you know, he's like, these guys, they take advantage of these girls. And I'm like, bro, he didn't take advantage of your girl. Your girl wanted to do it. He presented her with the opportunity to do it, and she did it. But in his mind, and this is why he's in the situation he's in, because in his mind, he still has women on a pedestal. So because he has women on a pedestal, he's coming with that type of mentality. And then that's why he can't really, that's why he still has that feeling toward her, where he's like, because he was like, oh, she's crying and she's saying, you know, oh, I want you to take me back and I'll be a good wife and all this other stuff. The reason why she's crying and the reason why she's feeling bad about it is because the guy that she cheated on him with, that guy don't give a fuck about her. And now she's starting to realize that. You know what I'm saying? Myron's thoughts on that shit though.
Bro, 1000%. Like this is basically what happened probably. He was starting to be a bitch. She started talking to other dudes. She starts having sex with these other dudes. She's not sorry, bro. You want to know why she's trying to get back with him? She's trying to get back with him, just like you said, because the guy that she's fucking with right now doesn't give a fuck about her. Probably a higher status guy than him. But another big reason why she's trying to fight to get back with him is two things, actually. Number one, she wants somebody to take care of her financially, which this guy was doing in the past.
Exactly.
But more importantly, number two, which I don't know if anyone's covered this dude is clouded. So if he's on the internet saying my girl cheated on me, it's going to make her look horrible. You know what I mean? So she's trying to like risk damage control and try to get this guy back, so he's not going to continue to put her on blast on the air. Because even though we might sit here in the sphere and like laugh at him, like, haha, you a simp, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like this girl broke your heart, you didn't know better. For every one of us that's clowning him for that, which, you know, I ain't going to clown him because he's young and inexperienced, there's probably a fuck ton of people that are shaming her for being a hoe.
Exactly. Right.
She wants to get back in his good graces, not only for the security, but also because his clout and him coming out and saying that she cheated on me makes her look horrible, bro.
Now that's facts. So let's hear a little bit more of this. It's almost done. You got to probably like 5 more minutes of it. Let's see what's popping.
Because you didn't just make a mistake. You made a choice. You made a choice to sleep with another man multiple times. Didn't say anything about it. Didn't come up to me and tell me. I know you was embarrassed. I know you was badly. I know you didn't want to say shit to me, bro. I just know you didn't want to say it because you're ashamed. You're ashamed that I would leave, right? But if you would have came up to me the first time you did that shit, right? 100%, I would forgive you. I would 100% forgive you and just give it another shot, bro. But it's just so much shit that adds up to this. It's so much shit that she did. All her friends at her job telling me that the only thing good she talked about you, Rolly, was your dick size. Come on, bro. Really? Dick size, bro? You didn't tell them anything else that I do for you? Anything else good that I do for you? Huh? I'm not the only guy in this world with a big dick, bro. You fucking...
Wait, is he trying to promote himself? He's like, I'm not the only one with a big dick. He's trying to promote himself to the ladies now.
And I forgot to mention this on the last one. She's not sorry to him. She's sorry she got caught. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's just sorry that she got caught, and now she can't deal with the consequences. Like on the plane, bro, I was watching this interview with Lana Rhoades, right? And for those of you in the chat that don't know who she is, she's a famous porn star. She was only in the industry for like a year or two, but she's famous for like getting crazy gangbangs on her, whatever, being on black, whatever. She dated this dude, I think his name was like Mike Majlik or some shit off the Logan Paul podcast, right?
Right.
And I was watching this show, this podcast that she was on with some chicks in the kitchen. And what she basically was saying was like, oh, I had to do horrible things as a porn star. Like there were so many times where I did things I didn't really want to do, blah, blah, fucking blah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's play the sad violin for this chick, right? Like, like, but what she doesn't understand is that she made a choice. And typically when women make bad choices and they say, I'm sorry, they're not sorry for making a mistake. They're sorry for the consequences that are coming from that mistake.
Right.
You know? So that's exactly what's going on with this chick. That's why she's fighting so hard to get him back. Facts.
That's real talk. Let's continue this real quick.
You risked a 4-year relationship for a fucking broke boy that lives at. You risked a 4-year relationship to be with a fucking ugly ass dude with a baby mother. He had a baby with another lady of 6 years. The dude left his girl. The dude left his girl of 6 years because she couldn't give him any pussy. She just gave birth. She had 3rd-degree burns down there, or a 3rd-degree tear, I think. That's what she told me on Facebook. And bro, the dude left her because she couldn't give him anything. And that's just so pathetic. It's disgusting to hear what she was telling me, that lady that he was with. And this is a whole sad story, man. It's a real sad story. Right now, I'm just trying to heal. I'm in the phase of angriness / just wanting to move on. You know what I'm saying? It's just different phases that us men have to take in order to get back to that happiness, that real true happiness. And I'm probably never gonna find true love again, because if my Shelly wasn't it, then who else can feel that?
You see, this is how you know this guy's young. He's like, I'm never gonna find true love again. She was the one, you know. And see, when dudes is really in this game, you don't talk like that no more. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because you start to see the reality of what it means to deal with a woman. You know, the reality of what it means to be a man when it comes to dealing with these women. You know what I'm saying? Is crazy. Man, what's your thoughts on that, Myron?
He just basically, what this dude is doing is he's trying to put an N64 cartridge into a fucking, you know, Sega Genesis. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't understand that his mindset, which is the fucking N64 cartridge, does not align with reality, the Sega Genesis. You know what I'm saying? So he's out here like a retard trying to put a fucking cartridge, you know, in there thinking it's going to fit, but it's not, you know, because he had this preconceived notion in his head, like girls are sugar and spice and everything nice.
Right.
And from the false belief system stemmed him allowing her to disrespect him. She probably did a whole bunch of bullshit that he didn't even like notice, or maybe he didn't want to check her on because he was scared. So he's like the perfect example of like dying by 1,000 cuts. You know, like 1,000 small cuts, she just bled out. And he didn't even see it coming.
That's crazy, man. This shit is ridiculous. All right, so we almost done with this video. Let's keep it going and see what else he says.
Feel that space that she had in my heart. She feels so sorry, and all she does is cry now. But guys, like I said, man, I don't know. Only I can forgive. Only God can forgive. And bro, as much as I want to forgive her, right now I just can't. I can't forget about all that fast. Every time I look at her, it just pops into my head. Every time she cries next to me and tells me that she doesn't want me to go, that she wants to stay with me, that she wants to show me that she could move on, that we can move on together and forget about that, that she doesn't want to be on social media, that she'll delete every app, that she doesn't give a fuck about social media. Bro, it still hurts, bro. It still hurts, and it doesn't change everything that she did, bro. It doesn't go back in time and change anything that she did, bro. She broke a bond, bro. She broke a sacred bond. She broke the Bible. I got on my fucking knees and we married each other. Like, I asked her to be my wife 4 years ago. when we first met. And bro, she broke the bond, bro. 4 years later, she broke the bond. She didn't think with her head. She got influenced by the wrong people, co-workers, cousins, this and that and third. And now is when she feels the pain. This is.
Oh my God. Yo, this guy, man.
Yo,
He's done. It's a wrap.
This guy, bro, just stupid. He was destined to fail. He lost before he even got into the relationship, bro. Like, as soon as you start using words like healing and all this other shit, that implies the girl actually had power over you and hurt you. Like, guys that are in this game understand that girls are going to move how they're going to move. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be shocked when the fuckery comes. The problem is that he wasn't advanced enough to see the warning signs from the beginning. He probably could have mitigated this like a while before, but yeah, bro. Someone in the comments said something funny. They said healing equals needs bad boy membership. I was dying. That's facts though. Yo, you need to get on the bad boy membership, man.
You know what's crazy is that he didn't, because he said, yo, I married her as soon as I met her. So he basically married her at 19. You understand what I'm saying? And so he was 19 or he married her at 19. I don't even know how old the girl is. You understand what I'm saying? She could be 18, 19, his age or whatever. But he married this woman, and he's young and she's young. And see, what you guys have to understand is when it comes to young girls, right? Young girls are the most unfaithful women. You understand what I'm saying? They're in their prime. They're out there getting it in. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because I know, as Myron, I already know you be having some young girls on your show, and they get it in, right?
Bruh. We were literally talking about this the last day before we went to LA. The badder the chick, the badder she's gonna be for a relationship. And I've seen this dude's girl. I'm surprised he even made it this long. Like, you know, like and we talked about this too, Locario, I think on the 7 and a bunch of times, like off air, like how like once a girl's a certain level, like a dime or whatever, she's community property. In other words,
she belongs to the streets,
and it's just your turn. You can't get mad. You know what I'm saying? Like I would. Wifing up those kinds of girls comes with certain consequences that most guys aren't prepared to handle. Like, I know you tell that story all the time where you went out with this one chick that was bad, and while you were there, everyone was sweating her, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, like I remember that vividly. So I was like, but people don't know. That's what comes with the territory when you deal with really bad chicks. And everyone wants a bad chick until they've actually dated one and realized how annoying they are.
That's facts.
So
they not, a lot of dudes ain't ready for that. Trust me, they say they want it, but they not prepared to deal with what comes with all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Be like when you're dealing with girls like that, you really gotta have your foot on their neck, bro. Like at all times. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta keep them on the shortest leash, because if you give them an inch, they're gonna take like 17 miles because they're so attractive, bro. And like
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So let's wrap this up. It's probably like 2 more minutes. It's going to be done.
When she feels the pain of losing the love of your life, a good human being, a person who's gonna be there for you when you're in your lows, when you're in your highs, bro. A guy who wants nothing but success for you, bro. A guy who wanted you to go to school. A guy who wanted you to do something with your life, bro. Stop working at a fucking pretzel shop. Who wanted you to do YouTube. Who wanted you to do a YouTube channel full of makeup, bro. I just had so much ideas, bro. And this girl like just took all that shit for granted, man. And I'm not here to bash her, bro. She's, like I said, she has a special place in my heart. I'm not here to bash anybody. I just want to move on. Focus on myself, mainly. Just focus on myself. I'm not gonna be going out with girls and fucking different girls. Like that's not gonna fix all this, and that's not gonna. I'm not that type of guy, bro. I'm not that type of guy to be doing all that. I'm seriously I am not. My mom raised me better than that, bro. Like right now, I'm just gonna focus on myself. That's just the best choice for me. I'm finding somewhere to live. At the moment, I'm still living in this 5-bedroom house. And I got my own room and shit. And I pay rent here. I'm finding somewhere else to go. But I just want to let you guys know, I really appreciate the support. Everybody that supports me I really appreciate that, bro, from the bottom of my heart. And a lot of people are clowning me for crying on a video, but if you've never been through my situation, then you wouldn't know what I'm going through. And if you have, then you know what I'm going through. You know how painful that is, boy or girl. It's probably more painful for a female. But yeah, man. God bless you guys. Thank you guys for watching.
All right, so that's the end of that. Let's move this out of here, bring this back up like this. Yo, you know what's funny? This is the funny part, man, because you know, when I was young, right, I went through shit like that where because I was ignorant. I didn't understand game. I didn't understand the reality of how things go when it comes to dealing with women. And so what happens is that when you don't understand this reality, you know, you're going through the shit this guy's going through. You understand what I'm saying? You feel like your world is coming to an end. He's like, I'm never gonna love another woman again. And this and that. And it's like, see, it's not about that. It's about just understanding reality so you know how to actually move out here. Because see, it's the thing. He's young, so he got time to get it. Hopefully, if he gets it. Some dudes never get it because some dudes still get older and then they've just become guys who get, you know, who either end up just becoming extra like super simps, or they become guys who fucking lose their mind and do crazy shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because their girl dumped them or whatever, and they end up doing some, I don't even want to say it, but you know what I mean? Like they end up freaking going insane. You know what I mean? But what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I feel sorry for him, man, because
Right.
he's so young that he doesn't know better. Like, because we broke down his crying video, and I was saying, like, I'm not even gonna clown him. Like, I feel sorry because this is the world we live in. You know what I'm saying? Like, he should have known better and learned. That's why, like, this type of content is so important, bro. But it doesn't get pushed out, so not enough guys could see it.
Mm-hmm.
This is literally like what's going on right here. This is a man that doesn't know his own worth. He even said it when I met her. She worked at a pretzel shop. Yo, I was helping her with this, helping her with that. Blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, you're giving her gems, which means since you're giving her gems, she needs to be on a certain program. Since he didn't install those boundaries from the beginning and continue to give her free value without her earning it, what did you expect?
Right.
You know? Like, I know this is how you guys know I fuck with Locario. One of your analogies, bro, that you use all the time, which I think is fantastic. I haven't stolen it yet, but I'll use it one time. If you hire an employee and you tell them on the second day, we're you know, promoting you to vice president of the company, they wouldn't take that job serious.
Exactly.
You know? And that's what happened with this dude is he didn't put her through her paces and he just gave her crazy value. She didn't appreciate it. And then she stepped out on him. Now that he caught her and that other dude isn't giving her the same value and she can clearly see that now, she's calling back.
Right.
But it's his fault for not knowing his worth from the beginning and holding her to a standard.
Facts. So Myron, when you going to have him on the Fresh and Fit podcast? Y'all need to have an intervention with this dude. Like
bro, on this stream, I was like, I just literally DM'd him. I was like, bro, we gotta talk.
Exactly. Nah, for real, get him on the podcast, man, because y'all need to have an intervention, whole intervention show. You know what I'm saying? Where you tell this dude, like, bruh, like,
this is why to all you guys in the chat, man, men across the world that are going to catch this on the replay, this is why you have to put yourself and treat yourself like a king, bro.
Right.
When you put a woman on a pedestal and she looks down on you, that clock is ticking for when she's going to leave you, man. It never works. When the man is chasing the woman's validation, it never works. She's always going to get bored and leave. But if the woman's chasing your validation, it's all good, because the woman, just off her hardwiring in general, she needs to feel like she has a prize. If she's constantly chasing validation, her actions demonstrate that you're the prize, which means you win. Because the most important thing is when a girl's chasing your validation, she ain't gonna step out and fuck other dudes.
Right, because the thing is, a woman, she needs to feel that you're at least equal or better than her. You understand what I'm saying? For her to really respect the situation. You see what I'm saying? But if you're the type of guy that's doing everything for her, bending over backwards for her, doing a bunch of shit, she ain't going. And see, his first mistake was this. Really, what he should have did is he should have just been smashing and also smashing other girls and focusing on his YouTube channel, and that would have been it. You understand what I'm saying? That's it.
If he had done that, bro, and he brought this girl on as like his main girl in the harem,
right,
he would be having this problem.
Mm-hmm.
What he fucked up was he gave her a vice president job, and on top of that, he didn't keep her on her toes because he was so faithful to her. This is why, bro, real talk.
Mm-hmm.
This is why being faithful to a woman as a man, almost it's extremely counterproductive.
Right.
Like when you're faithful to one girl and you show it deep down, even though she says, I like that you're loyal to me or whatever, it makes her stomach turn inside, bro.
Oh yeah, of course. And see, that's what guys don't understand with the game is that, do you guys know as soon as you get into a monogamous relationship, a long-term monogamous relationship with a woman, you instantly become less attractive. You understand what I'm saying? You instantly, because the guy that she met, which was you, right? When you first got with her, you was dealing with other girls, most likely. So now what she liked was the guy that she was dealing with, who was dealing with other women. You see what I'm saying?
Who had abundance mentality.
Right. Exactly.
She fell in love with the native that had an abundance mentality.
Exactly.
A lot of love with the new native that came from giving her the relationship that she wanted. It's amazing how, like, when you give a woman everything she wants, it's actually extremely counterproductive versus like for a guy, if you give him everything he wants, he probably ain't going to get rid of you. He might fuck other bitches.
Right.
Let's believe that you're going to be the one that he takes to the fucking nice restaurants, and you get that real boyfriend energy from him. Mm-hmm. That's between us and women,
Right. And so that's the thing that guys don't get, is that they don't realize that when they're doing everything for the girl, right? And when you're dealing with her in that way, to where, because look, when you're focusing just on her and you're doing everything for her and you're making it all about her, right? You become less attractive because she's the one that wants to chase you. She's the one that wants to make everything about you. And so this is why you guys have to understand that, because the problem that this dude had is that he was basically making everything about her. And he was like, I wanted to have kids with you. You was the one, I was doing all these things for you and all this other stuff. And he was giving a woman a certain type of treatment that she didn't deserve. You understand? Like, he gave her vice president treatment when she was just entry level. She was supposed to work her way up to that. And he even said it in the video where he said, he was like, he was like, oh, I feel like you should cook and clean for your man and you should do this and do that, which is implying that she wasn't doing that. You see what I'm saying? Which is implying that he was in a situation, or he put her in a situation that she wasn't ready to be in. And then he has to pay the price for that. You see what I'm saying? See, what you guys have to understand is that, everything comes at a price. So based off the way that you're acting and being in the relationship, either you're going to benefit from this situation because you're doing certain things a certain way, or you're going to suffer the consequences of a situation because you're doing a certain thing a certain way. And see, you got to realize, if you're going in the right direction or the wrong direction. And this dude was going in the wrong direction from the jump. He made so many mistakes. One, he wifed up a girl that he just barely knew and just wifed her up. Two, he wifed up a young girl. You understand what I'm saying? Three, he was giving her a bunch of things and attention, time, and energy that she didn't deserve. You understand what I'm saying? And then four, he freaking moved out of his place and moved back in with her parents. You understand what I'm saying? So he's doing all of this crazy shit. You understand? And then the fifth thing that he messed up on is just generally not learning the game, not learning the reality of these situations, not learning the realistic, things that go down when it comes to you dealing with these women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's just wild, bro. Like, this is like a learning point for all the young guys out there, that you just got to move a certain way, and also understand that when you deal with certain types of chicks, like really attractive girls, you got to be on your A game, man. Like, super A game. You could wife those types of girls, but are you prepared to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always say, like, if you're like a 20-year-old guy and you're not like that sexually experienced, dealing with a bad like 19, 20, 21-year-old, that's like having a Charizard when you've only got one badge. You know, it's just like
as the Pokemon references.
Yeah, you just can't compete, bro. Like you gotta, because there's other dudes with like level 100 Pokemon and you got one badge. What the fuck's going on? You know?
Right. That's crazy. But yo, man, Myron, appreciate you coming through, my brother. I'm about to end the stream. It's damn near 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how the hell y'all be doing all these late night shows and shit. You know? But yo, because when I saw this video though, I was like, I gotta do this shit right now. I was like, fuck it, I gotta talk about this shit.
Bro, I literally landed from LA like 2 hours ago, and I saw that you were on live. I was like, we don't got a late night show tonight. I'm gonna slide in and show some love.
Right. Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. So yeah, Myron, let them know what's popping off with the podcast. Any other guests you got coming up and all that.
We're gonna do a show tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna discuss like what went down in Cali, and then that night for after hours, we're gonna react to that chick, that Jasmine Blue, whatever. She said, "Oh, you should be taking care of me for my life." What?
Oh, right, yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Who got her loft and all that? She got mad after whatever. So we're gonna break that down tomorrow. Like I kid you not, Locario, I got like maybe 50 DMs to react to that goddamn video.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But here's what we're gonna hit it. We're gonna react to it with girls in the studio. It's gonna be lit.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. So yeah, make sure you check out the Fresh and Fit podcast. Make sure you guys like the video. We got 300 people watching right now. Like on your way out and share the video and get that shit cracking, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with us until damn near 3 a.m. and shit. You know what I'm saying?
One last thing, Locario. One last thing. Guys, get on the fucking Bad Boy membership, man.
Facts. Exactly. That's just popping. Facts.
I'm here. I'm co-signing. Locario is the truth, man. He's the fucking truth. He was from the beginning, so I gotta pay homage to an OG, man.
That's what's up. Nah, and I'm glad that you guys are grinding, because I see y'all grinding and y'all blowing up and you getting it cracking. So keep doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you do.
You coming with us though? You coming with us? You like it or
not? I'm actually, me and Miles is probably gonna come back to Miami, but probably September-ish, August, like later around that time. You know what I'm saying? You definitely got to come back down and rock.
You're already on the guest list, bro. You can come up here without an escort. You know what time it is. You always go home here, man. Pause.
That's what's up, man. But yo, man, we appreciate everybody in the chat, man, for tuning in. You guys are the real MVPs staying up this goddamn late. You feel me? But yo, man, we appreciate y'all. We will holler at y'all later. Peace.